Making a Difference by Jim Whiting. Introduction. It may seem that every time you hear the news, there's a story about a natural disaster affecting many people's lives. Other news stories may report on people living in terrible poverty or dying from horrible diseases. With so many bad news stories, it might seem impossible for one person to truly make a difference and affect the world in a positive way. Fortunately, many people take a different attitude. They ask themselves, what can I do to help? Despite all the bad news that gets reported, there are plenty of these people who devote their lives to helping others. There's no age limit for these kinds of efforts. Many people work hard for years to support their families and then do volunteer work after they retire. There are also many opportunities for young people to make contributions. The people in this book have each made a difference in the world. Most of them did not start out with great wealth or resources themselves, and yet they found their own ways to help others. In their stories, we see proof that each one of us can truly make the world a better place. Chapter 1. Paul Farmer. On January 12, 2010, a giant earthquake struck the island nation of Haiti in the Caribbean Sea. Thousands of people were buried under pieces of broken houses and buildings. Making the situation even worse, much of the destruction was in the country's capital city, Port-au-Prince, where most Haitians lived. Organizations that usually helped in disasters, such as the Red Cross, also had their offices in the city and suffered damage as well. One important organization escaped the damage. It was Partners in Health, which ran clinics and hospitals in areas less affected by the quake. Partners in Health immediately played a role in helping people recover from the terrible disaster. Of course, this organization had already been helping people in Haiti and other countries well before the earthquake happened. The driving force behind Partners in Health is Dr. Paul Farmer. Although he probably could have made more money as a doctor in the United States, he long ago chose to help people in Haiti, one of the poorest countries in the world. Farmer began his work in Haiti by building a tiny clinic in the small village of Cange. Over time, this clinic has grown into a large medical center that includes a hospital with surgery facilities, clinics for women and children, offices for programs that train workers, and a blood bank. The center helps provide people with clean water, nutritious food, and educational resources. Meanwhile, Farmer has received awards for his success in treating infectious diseases such as AIDS and tuberculosis. Considering that he gained fame for helping tuberculosis patients as an adult, it is interesting to note that Farmer spent time during his childhood living in a bus that had been used as a mobile tuberculosis clinic. Though originally from Massachusetts, Farmer's family moved to Alabama in the mid-1960s. Soon after the move, his father bought the bus at an auction. Farmer, his parents, and 5 siblings lived in the bus for about 5 years. They named it the Bluebird Inn after the company that had manufactured it. They spent another year living on a leaky 50-foot boat. Farmer would later say that the family's nomadic lifestyle was good preparation for his future life. Many young people growing up in such unusual conditions would have a tough time in school. This was not the case for Farmer. From an early age, his parents encouraged him to read and to think creatively. He became the valedictorian of his high school class. His high grades earned him a full scholarship to Duke University in North Carolina. Farmer had been especially interested in the natural world growing up, so he took several science courses at Duke. Science led him to begin studying medicine. At the same time, he volunteered at camps for the migrant laborers who worked in the tobacco fields near the Duke campus. Many of the laborers were from Haiti. The living conditions in their camps made Farmer's own situation growing up seem fancy by comparison, and he heard that conditions were often more miserable in the workers' homes in Haiti. Farmer became fascinated by their stories and read all he could about Haiti. He learned Haitian Creole, the language that most Haitians speak. He realized that Haitians had developed a rich culture in spite of their terrible poverty. Farmer put his knowledge to good use by writing about the country's artists for an
Sample complete. Ready to continue?